Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. I'm often asked, what's the number one thing you can do to improve your recording studio and the productions you create? In my opinion, the top two answers are both related to hearing what you're doing accurately. My number one suggestion is to improve your room itself with acoustic treatment. This is just vital. But a close second is improving your studio monitors. Your studio monitors are where the rubber hits the road, as it were. Absolutely every decision you make about tracking, mixing, and mastering will depend on what you hear coming from your monitors. The big challenge is choosing the best studio monitors for your space and your budget. There's an incredibly wide range of monitors available, from compact desktop designs to freestanding monoliths at prices that go from $50 each to tens of thousands of dollars each. Today I've collected a bunch of monitors for you to consider. These will give you a good sampling of what's available and what might work for you. I'll go through these in order of ascending price. Now, as you're looking at the monitors, keep a few things in mind. There are two broad categories of monitors, active and passive. Passive monitors require an external power amplifier to drive them. You'll want to be sure to match the amp well with the monitors. But all of our monitors today are in the second category. They're active monitors, which means that the amplifier and all of the associated electronics are built right in. This is super convenient and provides great results. Most studio monitors are active today. You'll also want to consider woofer or bass driver size. This directly impacts the amount of low end and the lowest frequency the monitor can produce. The size of the cabinet also has an impact on this. The amount of power or wattage available to drive the speaker determines how loud the monitors can play, of course, but this isn't the most important factor. What's most important is having enough power available so that the monitor can cleanly play at the volume level you desire. And you want some headroom available above that. Cleanly is the important word here. You want enough power so the speaker is always operating with a minimum of distortion. Some monitors include built-in filters, room response controls, and EQ for shaping the sound and adapting them to your specific room. This can be very important. Many of us don't have space to place our monitors 3 feet away from the nearest wall, so we need to compensate for bass buildup in particular. And some monitors take it a step further with built-in DSP, or digital signal processing, which allows you to process and optimize the audio coming from the monitors for ideal results. And it may also allow for external control and networking of the speakers. The size of the speakers is also important. I mentioned that it can affect the low-end response of the monitors, but it's also important from a purely physical space perspective. For example, I'd love to have big studio monitors in my small room, but I just don't have the space. I had to select my speakers to specifically fit within a variety of physical constraints. And then, of course, there's price. This is always important. It's no secret that top-of-the-line studio monitors are expensive. Super high-quality drivers, cabinetry, and electronics all cost. So if you want the best, there will be a price tag associated with it. But this doesn't mean that you can't get a great monitor and great results using even the least expensive monitors. The key is choosing the right ones for what you want to hear and really learning what they sound like intimately. With all that said, let's take a close look at these monitors. PreSonus Eris E3.5 are compact, super affordable two-way studio monitors that offer a 3.5-inch woofer and a 1-inch dome tweeter, all driven by 25 watts of power per speaker. The power amplifier for both speakers is located in one monitor, then you chain the two monitors together to get stereo. You've got both RCA and balanced 1/4-inch inputs. Unique features include an aux input for your smartphone or other device, and there's even a headphone output. The back panel provides both high and low frequency shaping to optimize the sound for your room. Frequency response ranges from 80 Hz to 20 kHz. JBL's LSR 305 Mark II monitors provide a 5-inch woofer and a 1-inch tweeter driven by 82 watts of power. Their image control waveguide is drawn from JBL's top-of-the-line M2 master reference monitors and provides a wide, deep, detailed soundstage and sweet spot. Frequency response ranges from 49 Hz to 20 kHz, and you've got plenty of shaping control, including a high-frequency trim control, as well as boundary EQ for controlling bass buildup if the speakers are placed near walls or corners. Each speaker gets JBL's 100-hour power test. You've got both XLR and 1/4-inch balanced inputs. We've got an 8-inch woofer in the PreSonus Eris E8 XT monitors, as well as a 1.25-inch dome tweeter and 140 watts of power. The EBM waveguide surrounding the tweeter helps focus the soundstage for maximum detail and depth, and the acoustic tuning controls, including high and mid-frequency EQ, low cut, and an acoustic space control for boundary compensation, are built in. The Eris E8 XT offers RCA unbalanced and TRS and XLR balanced inputs. Frequency response is very wide, from 35 Hz to 22 kHz. The Eris E8 XT is available by itself or bundled with the Tembler T10 10-inch powered subwoofer if you need even more extended low-frequency response. CLA is a fairly new company on the studio monitor scene, although the folks behind the brand have decades of studio monitor design experience with other major companies. Their IN8 is available in white or black colors and features a 3-way design with an 8-inch woofer, a 4-inch mid-range driver, and a 1-inch tweeter. There are boundary controls for optimizing the speaker for any placement in your studio, as well as high and low frequency trim controls. We've got super low distortion, 140 watts of power, and frequency response from 37 Hz to 25 kHz. RCA unbalanced and quarter-inch and XLR balanced inputs are provided. Yamaha traces the roots of their HS8 monitors to the legendary NS10 white cone monitors they made back in the 1970s. But the company's been working hard to improve everything about their monitors since then, and the HS8 offers amazing accuracy and low coloration. You've got an 8-inch woofer and a 1-inch tweeter with 120 watts of total power. The frequency response is extended from 38 Hz on the low end to 30 kHz on the top end. Room control and high-frequency trim controls are provided, and you can get the HS8 in either black or white. Balanced XLR and quarter-inch inputs are available. Next up, we have the Mark III version of Dynaudio's popular BM5 monitors. The company's been developing the BM series for years, and the Mark III generation brings all that development to bear for maximum performance. You've got a 7-inch woofer and a 1-inch dome tweeter driven by 100 watts of total power. Low, mid, and high-frequency room response control, as well as a high-pass filter shape the sound. Frequency response reaches from 42 Hz on the bottom to 24 kHz on the top, and you've got balanced XLR and unbalanced RCA inputs. Avatone CLA studio monitors were developed in association with legendary mix engineer Chris Lord-Alge. Chris had a specific set of white cone monitors that he relied on for his mixes. Those vintage monitors were not the most accurate monitors ever made, but they delivered a sonic presentation that exposed flaws in a mix and made the mix easily transportable to other listening environments. Avatone and Chris Lord-Alge have recreated this with the CLA-10 monitors. They're available in either active or passive versions, and I've got the active version here today. A cool feature is the variable tissue paper control, which simulates the way many engineers would tape tissue paper across the original's tweeter to control the high frequency response. We've got a 7-inch woofer, a 1-inch tweeter, 200 watts of power, and response from 60 Hz to 20 kHz. The next monitors are near and dear to my heart because they're the ones that I selected and bought for my own studio. The Neumann KH120 offers a 5.25-inch woofer and a 1-inch dome tweeter with 100 watts of total power. The mathematically modeled dispersion waveguide directs the sound from the tweeter for maximum depth, width, and detail in the soundstage. Frequency response is from 52 Hz to 21 kHz, and we've got bass, mid, and high EQ or room correction control available. The input is on balanced XLR. The heritage of the KH120 reaches back to the well-respected Klein and Hummel monitors, which are now available under the Neumann brand. Adam has long been a proponent of ribbon tweeters, especially their super efficient folded ribbon design, which gives outstanding, smooth, high-frequency response up to a whopping 50 kHz. And that's the tweeter that's featured in our next monitor, the A77X. We've also got two 7-inch drivers. One is dedicated to low frequencies, while the other reinforces the lows while also reaching up into the mids. This means that when you purchase these monitors, you get a specific right and left speaker. You've got 250 watts of total power and bass extension down to 38 Hz. Balanced XLR and unbalanced RCA inputs are provided. Sweetwater recently welcomed PMC to our family of manufacturer partners, and we're thrilled to have these world-class monitors available here. Today we're checking out the Result 6, which combines a 6.5-inch woofer with a 1-inch tweeter and 165 watts of power. We have frequency response from 45 Hz to 22 kHz. A proprietary feature of these monitors is PMC's advanced transmission line technology, which increases efficiency, reduces port noise, and lowers resistance for improved bass performance and dynamic range. ATL also helps with mid-range clarity and performance, and the tweeter's D-fin waveguide provides a wide, deep soundstage. I'm a big fan of the Focal Solo 6 monitors, and I've used them a ton. Focal uses a proprietary beryllium inverted dome tweeter for extended, accurate, and efficient high-frequency performance up to 40 kHz. This unique tweeter takes advantage of beryllium's amazing physical characteristics, and it's paired with an equally unique W composite sandwich cone 6.5-inch woofer for extended bass response down to 40 Hz. You've got 250 watts of total power from maximum headroom and dynamic range, even at high volume levels. Legendary recording engineer and studio owner Alan Sides designed the Way HR4 studio monitors with a hybrid dual-horn waveguide approach. The idea was to maximize sonic resolution, provide an ultra-wide sweet spot. We've got 100-degree horizontal and 40-degree vertical dispersion with this speaker, and offer precision monitoring in two situations. You can use the standalone HR4 monitors for near-field applications and combine it with the S12A Mark II subwoofer for higher output and extended low-frequency response in mid-field applications for larger rooms. The HR4 offers an 8-inch low-frequency driver, a 1-inch tweeter, and 250 watts of total power. You've got both analog and digital inputs and frequency response from 35 Hz to 25 kHz. ATC's monitors have been handmade in the UK since 1974, utilizing in-house engineering and driver manufacturing. The SEM25A is a three-way design combining a 6.5-inch woofer with a 3-inch mid-range driver and a 1-inch tweeter, all driven by 235 watts of total power. A bass boost control on the back panel allows for low frequency shaping. And speaking of frequency response ranges from 37 Hz to 22 kHz, and you've got separate monitors for left and right. For larger rooms and midfield applications, check out the SEM45 with dual 6.5-inch drivers and the amazing SEM150s with a 15-inch woofer and 350 watts of power. And last, but absolutely not least, Genelec has been crafting amazing studio monitors out of Finland for decades. They're one of the first companies to really enter the high-end studio monitor market. I still remember being blown away by them when I first heard them many years ago, and they featured in many of my studios. The 8351 BP is among the latest generation Genelecs, and they've combined acoustically concealed dual 8-inch woofers with a 5-inch mid-range and a 1-inch tweeter and a constant directivity waveguide, all driven by an incredible 550 watts of power. Frequency response reaches down to 30 Hz and up to 34 kHz. The 8351 can be networked, and the onboard SAM DSP power can accurately calibrate the monitor's level, timing, and EQ performance for your specific studio, and also gives you flexible computer control over your entire system of monitors and subwoofers. The 8351 BP combines an amazing legacy of speaker design with today's state-of-the-art technology. I hope you've enjoyed this look at studio monitors. Now, this was, of course, just a small sampling of all the monitors that are available today, but I think we've represented pretty well the wide range of options and prices that are available. To learn more about these studio monitors or any other studio monitors, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. They'll be happy to consult with you and help you find the best solution for your monitoring needs. Thanks for watching today. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.